If you saw the thumbnail of this video, then you already know that the most powerful weapon is Saba, the White Ranger's sword. But do you know the most powerful weapons of the whole saga? In this video I won't be including the weapons that are composed of mixtures of different weapons, since that's another separate category. But first,
it's Morphin time! Yeah!
Let's start with the Rhino Blade from Power Rangers Jungle Fury. The important and amazing thing about this weapon is that it is also a morpher. It starts from a simple wooden bracelet and then becomes a morpher and transforms the person into the Rhino Ranger. This powerful weapon is a combination of morpher, blaster, and sword with which you transform, fight long distance, and melee. The Rhino Blade has destroyed entire platoons with just a few small missiles coming from the fingers. In its sword form, it can be used in various ways, such as spinning and turning the Ranger into a living circular lock to give several quick cuts and finish off with a powerful final cut. Black Ranger Power Axe from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This weapon, besides having a very sharp and powerful cutting blade, can also be used as a power cannon. The power of this axe is so great that it is the initial and main weapon in the Mighty Morphin Power Cannon. Its energy is of such magnitude that it can wipe out entire battalions, and as the main source of energy in the power cannon, we could say that it has also wiped out many monsters with just a little help from the other weapons. The Fire Smasher from Power Rangers Samurai. A sword that starts out normal sized and turns into a giant sword with incredible power. It can cut through anything, as its cut comes not only from the razor's edge, but from the power. Its cut is so wide that with one move it can cut a whole battalion in half. In addition to this, it turns into a cannon with the discs of the other Samurai Rangers cutting through any enemy that gets in the way. Another way it can be used is with an additional disc to get two Fire Smashers and create a sword party and cut enemies into several pieces. There are powerful blasters, but the Quantum Defender from Power Rangers Time Force is one of the most powerful. This powerful blaster can blast almost anything with such an impressive speed that it won't give the enemy time to react. In addition to this, it is not only a blaster, but it also turns into a powerful long sword that will cut enemies in half. The best thing about this weapon is its size and portability. Being so small, it is easy to carry and can always accompany the Ranger and be ready in less than a second. Another powerful weapon is the Magna Blaster, or also known as the Magna Sword from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. This sword is not just any sword. Starting with its great power and impressive cuts, this great sword transforms into a machine gun style blaster that with a single reload shoots several times with just one pull of the trigger to annihilate one or more enemies at the same time. When taken out of its scabbard or case, it is a powerful sword, but while in its scabbard or case, the handle is bent to transform it into a very powerful blaster. If we talk about different powers, we must talk about the Snow Staff in Power Rangers Mystic Force. This long stick formed by a snowflake on the tip had the power to freeze the opponents. After they were frozen, you could do whatever you wanted with them. Although it may not seem extremely powerful, it really is, because being able to neutralize your enemy and then do whatever you want is the best advantage anyone can have over their opponent. We are used to a weapon being just a sword or a blaster, but we also have Rick from Power Rangers SPD. This robotic canine becomes a blaster that destroys everything in its path, in addition to many other utilities that he had in his first update. When the second update was made, he could connect with the Red Ranger's armor, proving that the dog is still man's best friend. If we talk about powerful swords, we must talk about the Dragon Dagger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is the dagger that the Green Ranger used and then passed to the Red Ranger. It has several functions and such great power that it provides additional protection to the Green Ranger's shield, even protecting him from powerful weapon beams like the Red Ranger's sword. In addition to that, it can also launch energy rays working as a melee attack because of its size, but its main function is that the one who has this dagger can control the Dragon Zord, since this dagger becomes a flute that when touched communicates with the dragon, allowing it to destroy large enemies from any position. The next weapon is the Gold ZEO Staff, the power staff of the Golden Ranger in Power Rangers ZEO. Its power is so overwhelming that humans cannot use it, and only Jason the Red Ranger could use it for a while, because when you get this weapon you also get the transformation and powers of the Golden Ranger. This weapon is created only for beings from the planet Triforia and can collect energy and then throw it with great power to kill their enemies. The staff also can summon the Great Golden Pyramid, and as we talked about at the beginning, it can pass the powers of the Golden Ranger to anyone who can withstand these powers. So, let's talk about the most powerful weapon of all, Saba from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Saba, used by the White Ranger, was a sword that had the head of a white tiger. The most impressive thing about this sword is that it had a life of its own, and that's why at first Tommy and Saba had some problems, but then they formed a great team. Saba not only functioned as a melee sword, but also launched laser beams from his eyes and could do it on his own to protect the Rangers. In addition, it controlled the White Tiger Zord, which was the Zord of the White Ranger. The most amazing thing is that he was not only a common weapon for any battle, he was also a mentor who gave Tommy advice and can arrive at any time to save the situation. Tell me which is your favorite weapon. Like this video and subscribe to this channel for more Power Rangers content.